I'm Chelsea.
I'm Lauren. And I'm Peyton. I'm going to first introduce our geometric sculpture project. If you could hold all of your questions till the end, that would be great. We decided to choose the 3 triangular prisms because it related to our last idea the best. The quote on the cylinder is creating a passion for learning that will sustain students for a lifetime, and that's located right here. And in our presentation, we will cover the budget, location, scale, comparisons, and the donations. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy our presentation.
That's right, Peyton. I will now be covering the budget. The price for the smallest triangular prism, which is right here, will be about $305. Each sheet is about $100. The prism size of aluminum sheet is 12 inches by 48 inches and a 1/4 inch thick. The medium triangular prism will need the same size of sheets of metal and will be about $305 as well. The largest triangular prism sheets of aluminum, will cost about $380, and the size will be 12 inches by 72 inches with a thickness of a 1/4 inch. Each sheet will cost about $125. Next, we found out how much a circular base at the bottom of the sculpture would be. We will need to weld 4 sheets of 12 inches by 48 inches with a thickness of a 1/4 inch to get the right size for the circular base. The price for the 4 sheets would be about $407, meaning the price of each sheet would be about $102. The total price without the donations would be about $1,400, but with the donations given by Mr. Stack and Mr. Roney, it would be about $1,000, not including other donations we've been looking into from other businesses. Before I let Rachel go ahead, we would like to say that if we are chosen to build this sculpture, Lauren's grandpa would be willing to give us metal for a cheaper cost. Now Rachel will be covering location.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Chelsea. For our location, we decided to put our sculpture in the front of the school in the grass next to the seating benches. We chose this location because when parents drop their kids off at school, they will see it, and they will also see it when they pick their child up in the afternoon. We felt that this location was better than the other locations because they wouldn't be as noticed if we put it anywhere else. And now Lauren will be the next person to tell us about our project.
Yes, Rachel, I will be telling our audience about the scale and comparisons. As you can see, we decided to do the 3 pyramids as our sculpture. For our scale, we decided to do 1 inch equals 6 inches. For the small pyramid, the actual length is 12 inches and the actual height is 30 inches. Next, we have the medium pyramid. The length is again 12 inches and the height is now 48 inches, making it a bit taller to show students' growth as they proceed through their school years. Lastly is the largest pyramid. The length is once again 12 inches and the height is now 66 inches tall. That concludes our lengths for the 3 pyramids. Next, we have our circular base. The diameter is 48 inches and the radius is 24 inches. Lastly, our circumference will be about 1,809 inches. Rachel is the next person to tell you about our donations.
Yes, thanks, Lauren. For our donations, if we are chosen to move on to the next phase, we decided we were going to ask local banks and insurance businesses around Waverly. First, thanks to Mr. Stack and Mr. Roney for donating the first $400 to this project. Next, we were planning on asking First National Bank and First Insurance Services. Our other banks we will go out and ask for donations are the Security State Bank and Veridian Credit Union. And now, lastly, Peyton will be giving you our conclusion.
Thank you, Rachel. Before our conclusion, I'm going to cover the safety in this. Since this sculpture, as you can see, kind of has sharp edges along the sides, Lauren's grandpa is willing to smooth those edges so it's not dangerous for younger children, so that won't be a problem. And for our conclusion, we would like to thank all of you for your time and consideration to come out and watch our presentation. We understand that you have busy days and you don't have time to do this, and we are truly grateful. We would love you to consider our project to move on to the next phase. Thanks again for your time, and now we would ask if you have any questions.
I'm going to ask about the sharp points on the top of your pyramids. Are you worried about anybody getting impaled on those?
I don't think so. Most younger, or if the kids were old enough, I don't think they would know to touch it, so I think they would stay away from that. But the little kids, I don't think they would be able to reach that.
About 8th grade boys.
We're hoping they take responsibility in their actions.
And we could have Lauren's grandpa smooth out the top of it too.
I'm guessing that would be possible.
From a school liability standpoint, are there ideas on what you could do aside from smoothing, what you could do to notify viewers of the sculpture?
Yeah, we could, well, you guys could, once we make it and then put it there, we could like send out an email or something and then like notify all the parents that that's there, that we have a new sculpture on the grounds.
Or even put like a plaque on it that says, please do not touch, or something like that to make sure they don't.
Why did you choose aluminum?
We thought it was a different kind of metal, and we thought that that's one of the cheaper ones we found on the website, so.
I was gonna say towards the top too, and instead of, us taking that and putting it right to a point, we could also make that a flat spot and bring those up, kind of more as, not quite a triangle, but
Okay.
something along those lines.
Chelsea, in the presentation, did you say that the total cost, up there I see it's about 140, or 1,400? Is that what you said in the presentation, or did you say 104?
I said 1,400.
Okay, all right. Did you hear what I heard?
No, I wrote 1,000.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why, okay, my bad.
I got your back.
And the cost per sheet, I think I heard you say a few times, about 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, was there any thought to why 1/4 inch thick? Like, did you explore any thicknesses?
Well, yeah, I was talking to my dad about it because he's like because he's good with metal and that stuff, and he said that 1/4 inch thick would be thick enough, but like not like too thick that it would be really expensive, but it'd still be thin enough to have the right price.
Lauren, who's your grandpa?
Carl Arns.
Does he
He
do
lives
like,
in Shell Rock.
does he do metalworking stuff
Yeah,
and stuff
they
like
have
that?
a barn up by their house where he does all of his